I think everyone knows who Thomas the Tank Engine is. This little blue train has captured the hearts of millions through the railway series and television show. However, the show is unarguably more well known. For 24 seasons, Thomas has been a TV show icon. However, some people don't know that this wasn't his only attempt at a show. Most fans know that in 1953, the BBC aired a pilot based on the railway series story, The Sad Story of Henry. And it was most well known for being a complete disaster. It was live, which did not help the fact that there was a hand that had to on-screen pick up Henry off the rails after derailing. Audrey and the BBC decided not to continue on this failure of a series, but Audrey would be approached later in 1973 about doing a series based on the railway series. The man who would approach him was Andrew Lloyd Webber. Andrew Lloyd Webber was well known for writing famous musicals. His two most famous were Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat and Jesus Christ Superstar. Webber and Audrey would have several meetings with Stanley Picard, who was the director of Kay and Royd Publishing. The standout thing about the series would be that it was a musical. That's right, a musical series, and Peter Reeves would even write some pitch lyrics. The lyrics were "Come take a ride with the 8 famous engines, famous and faithful, driven by steam. Each one is run by the branch line controller, each part of his scheme, the Fat Controller's team." Yeah, pretty weird, right? Audrey and Picard thought so too and felt apprehensive about the idea. An agreement was proposed by Webber where he would have almost complete control over everything about the show, which Audrey was not the biggest fan of. Webber's lawyer said that this amount of control was necessary to get the investment money to make the show, until the project would remain unsure till November of 1974, until Picard would say that they would keep regular contact with Webber so that way the show would stay true and faithful to the railway series. Wilbert was still not an absolute fan of the American team running it. He would later say in an interview, "I was worried that once the Americans would get a hold of it, they would vulgarize and ruin it." I mean, he isn't entirely wrong. However, in 1975, a contract was signed by Webber and Audrey, and they ordered a pilot from Granada Television. Brian Cosgrove would animate the series. He animated the pilot, which would be in a 2D cutout style. It's very much similar to Ivor the Engine, a series that would have had a similar style to this. The pilot would be finished in early 1976, and Webber presented it to Audrey, Picard, and the team at Granada. All agreed to not go through with it. Webber would later say the American market was just not interested in it, and Granada wasn't either. Most people think that Audrey didn't approve of it because it didn't represent the series well. And, I mean, this doesn't look like the best way to represent the series. And so it ended. A lot of people still wonder if the series would have been good if it was released. Who knows? Personally, I think the idea of a musical style wouldn't have worked with the series. I mean, we've seen how that worked out. No one has found the complete pilot. It was made, and it is released somewhere, but it just hasn't been found. Who knows, maybe someday it will be.